Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Josh with RB here. Today I'm talking to you all about cryptocurrencies and the tax implications on these. Before we get stuck in, please do make sure you hit that subscribe icon and that bell so you get notified as soon as we post new content. So in the vast majority of cases, when you're holding cryptocurrencies, they're going to be treated as investment income. They're capital assets, in which case you're going to be paying capital gains tax when you sell them. So if you've got kind of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, any of these cryptocurrencies, when you sell them, you will be treated as having made a capital gains disposal, a chargeable gain, which means you'll pay capital gains tax on that. The rate of tax at the moment is 10 and 20% on cryptocurrency disposals. And you've got until the 31st of January after the end of the tax year in order to calculate the amount of tax you pay and to pay the tax indeed. When mining Bitcoin, and also if you receive Bitcoin as payment from your employer, that's going to be subject to income tax and national insurance. So if you've got a decent Bitcoin mining operation center and the Bitcoin you receive as a result of mining that, at the time when you receive that Bitcoin, you need to work out what its sterling pound equivalent is, because that's going to be taxed on you as trading income. And also if you receive Bitcoin from your employer as employment income, you need to work out the pound equivalent of that as well, because that will also be subject to income tax and national insurance. So in some very rare circumstances, if you are trading large volumes of Bitcoin, there might be a case that you're actually trading Bitcoin and it's more than just an investment. Whether this is in point depends on the scale of your operation, if it's run as a professional outfit, the number of trades you're doing, and the amount of money that you're essentially putting into Bitcoin. And the most important thing there is the volume of the trades. But where this is the case, we look at the badges of trades. I'll put the link to this below, which is basically what HMRC look at to see whether there's any trading going on. It's quite unlikely that it will apply, but if it does, any gains you make on disposals of cryptocurrencies will be taxed as trading income under that income tax national insurance side of it, rather than a capital gains tax. However, HMRC don't try and go for this very often, simply because in the vast majority of cases, cryptocurrency, especially at the moment, people are realising losses in some circumstances, and if the cryptocurrency was taxed under trading income, these losses would then be allowable against your other income, property income, employment income, under the sideways loss relief rules. So for these very reasons, HMRC like to try and say that it's a capital disposal, simply because there's less tax at stake, and then you can set these capital disposals, if you've got a loss, against your other capital gains for that year and years to come. So when does a disposal take place when it comes to cryptocurrency? So the biggest and most obvious one is when you sell cryptocurrencies for money. You sell it on an exchange, you get your sterling, you get your dollar, you get that money back. And another type is when you basically change crypto assets for a different type of crypto assets. So Bitcoin, Litecoin, all of these different coins are different assets. So if you sell Bitcoin and buy more Litecoin, this is a disposal, which might mean there's tax to pay on that initial disposal of Bitcoin. Another time there might be some tax to pay is when you use crypto assets to pay for goods or services. If you pay your accountant in Bitcoin, you buy something, you buy a new car, you do anything like this, and you basically pay Bitcoin for it, that's treated as a disposal. And on top of this, if you give crypto assets away to another person, a friend, family member, anything like this, you give some crypto assets away, this is also a disposal, even though you might not have received any money for it. It's important to note, if you give some to your spouse or civil partner, the marriage exemption applies, so there wouldn't be a disposal in this very rare particular circumstance. Okay guys, we're going to run through the allowable cost side of it. So when we're calculating our capital disposal, we've sold some Bitcoin, we've made the disposal, we've given it away for goods, what kind of costs can we take into consideration when looking at calculating our chargeable gain, our profit on the sale? So the first one is the sterling, the pound cost. Basically what that Bitcoin, what that Litecoin, what it cost you when you purchased it. Transaction costs, so maybe if you've got a large one, you might have paid to potentially get that either advertised, professional costs, depending on exactly how you've disposed of it, and evaluation costs as well. All of these are allowable costs which are going to come off of the potential gain, the profit that you're going to make on that particular transaction. Mining costs are not allowable for CGT. As you know, if you're doing a mining activity, it's more than likely going to be some kind of trade where you're going to pay income tax on it, especially if it's a large-scale operation. Mining Bitcoin is going to be a trade, and as a result, any mining costs Not allowable for CGT, but they may be allowable when it comes to calculating your trading profits and the income tax you've got to pay there. So when it comes to capital gains tax, this is probably the most complicated bit about calculating the capital gain you've got on a disposal of any type of cryptocurrency. So we've got the pooling requirement, and what this does is, I suppose first thing to mention is that Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, any of those coins, they've all got separate pools. So any Bitcoin goes in one pool, Litecoin will have its own pool. So you may need to do this calculation for each different type of cryptocurrency that you actually hold. So we've got here, say Bitcoin for instance, in 2015 you bought 10 coins for £2,000. 2018 you purchased 3 coins for £15,000. So you can see here that if we were to make a sale, what coins would we sell? Would we sell these ones first? Would we sell those ones first? We don't actually know, and because of this what we do is we create a pool and then work out the average cost of the coin to us. So you can see here that in total we've got 13 coins and a total purchase price is £17,000. Now let's say we sell 5 coins. We sell 5 coins for £40,000 a couple of years later. This is how we work out our cost. So we've got our cost there, which is £17,000, a total value of that pool. Then we've also got 5/13 because we're selling 5 out of the 5 coins out of the total 13 we've got in that wallet, in that pool, which basically is going to give us an allowable disposal proceeds of £6,538. So looking at this, we'd have a capital gain of £33,468. Go! Of course, as a UK taxpayer, you'd also get your capital gains annual exempt amount. So that's another potential £12,300, which would come off of that, assuming you've got no other UK capital gains. And anything on the rest of this, you'll pay tax at a mix of 10 and 20%, depending on your other income, whether you're a basic rate, higher rate taxpayer. This is how it applies for an individual. As a limited company, it would just be a flat 19%, but you would still need to do that calculation to work out the potential pooling requirements and calculate the actual cost of the coin sold. Remember, you need to do that for every single currency, so it will be quite time consuming, especially when you are paying for things using Bitcoin, because of course that's a separate disposal. But I hope this video has been useful, and please do make sure to put any questions in the comments and tap that like button if you find this useful. Cheers for watching, guys. Look at my recent video just there, and then make sure you tap my face to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notified as soon as we post more content. If you want more stuff about cryptocurrency, let me know. I'm willing to do the research and make these videos for you. Cheers, guys.